you action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here with another TNINews video. Now, first thing I wanted to share with you guys is I am starting another contest here on YouTube where I'm going to give away $100 store credit. So not to be confused with the contest that we do on both Marvelous News and Toy News International, where we give away $100 store credits, which I do highly recommend you check those contests out as well if you haven't already. But this one is here right for YouTube, you guys on YouTube. And I'm going to do it exact same way as last time, where between now, starting with this very video, every time you comment in the video, you comment one time in the video, and for every video I do between now and August 30th, you will have an entry into a drawing that we will hold on August 31st. So, I don't know exactly how many videos I will do between now and August 30th, but for each video I do, and it doesn't have to be a news video, it can be a toy review video or what have you, essentially any video I post on this channel, you can make a comment in the comment section below. You have to be a subscriber to the channel, you have to like the video, and then you have to make a comment essentially telling me, taking one thing that I talked about in that video and letting me know what you liked or disliked about it. So start your comment so I know that you're doing it to enter the contest. Start your comment by saying, I watched the video and then I liked or disliked such and such. And again, so essentially every video I do, you can have one entry. You can comment more than once in a video, but you only get entered one time per video. And then we'll hold the drawing and make the announcement. I will make the announcement in this very video, so be sure to bookmark this video so you know to come back on August 31st. I will announce the winner in the comment section below, and I will pin that comment with the winner's name, so you don't have to go searching for it. I don't have an exact time of when it'll be up, but I'll try and get it up fairly early in the day. And I'll give you a couple days to contact me. I'll give you an email that you'll be able to contact me with and claim your prize. So again, between now and August 30th, and then the drawing will be held, and the winner will be announced on August 31st. And it's very simple. Again, all you have to do is watch the videos, which hopefully you're doing. Subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and then just comment letting me know one thing you liked or disliked about the video. All right. And then again, we do have the contests that are currently going on both Marvelous News and Toy News International, where we also give away $100 store credits to Big Bad Toy Store. So you essentially have 3 different chances to win up to $100 for each contest. If not, chances are not great that you would win all 3 contests at the same time, but theoretically there's the chance to win up to $300 worth of store credit. All right, so good luck to you guys. Now let's get into the news. Now it has been a fairly slow, last week after Comic-Con, which Comic-Con itself wasn't super exciting in its own right, but was even slower after that, the at-home Comic-Con that is. And last week there wasn't a whole lot of big news that dropped. But a couple things I did want to go over with you, including a new Marvel Legend reveal that just came out today, so I'll save the best for last. But before we even get to any of that, I also just wanted to update you guys on the whole G.I. Joe classified Target exclusive fiasco. Dates changed multiple times. So just a quick recap if you hadn't been following along. Target got this exclusive wave of figures, which consisted of a Cobra Trooper, which is an army builder, a Beachhead figure, and a second version of Roadblock. And then there was a Baroness figure that's coming with a coil motorcycle type vehicle. Now, first of all, the Baroness never showed up, was not available at any Target stores as far as I know of as of this weekend. Now, I am hearing that probably she will be hitting stores by the 14th of August. And where the debacle came in is it was initially said that the official sale date for these figures was going to be August 14th. But then dates started to change. Stores started to put out the single pack figures, the 3 single figures, the Cobra Trooper, the Beachhead, and the Roadblock. They started actually selling the figures at various stores. Last week, Target was doing their resets, and essentially, once they got their resets done, those were figures that were put out, and they started selling them. However, and then Hasbro officially said that the figures would go on sale online and at physical stores on the 1st, which was this past Saturday. And then just like Thursday or Friday last week, they came out and said, changed it again and said the official date in-store sales would be on Saturday the 1st, but then online things wouldn't be available actually for purchase. You know, the pre-orders sold out in seconds, you know, earlier, you know, the other week, but they're actually going to be made available again online, but that's not going to be until the 14th. And then where the real problem came is nobody really informed Target employees of any of this. So Target employees, when they looked these figures up on their little handheld devices, it was still saying 8/14 for the release date. Some Targets were just putting them out when they got done with the reset. Some Targets were willing to bring them out to people so that they could buy them. Other Targets, I guess, I've been hearing, were insisting that they would not be selling these until 8/14, despite what Hasbro was saying on their own official social media. And so what you ended up with come this past Saturday was a lot of Targets had already sold out of their merchandise. I guess some maybe still had some that decided to hold. And I guess even some were still insisting of 8/14. Then just here the other day on the 31st, right before the August 1st sale date, Target put on their own social media that there was a mistake about the 8/14, and that was only supposed to apply to online, and the figures had started selling at Target stores on July 26th. And of course, you know, again, not everybody at the Target stores even got that memo, because as I hear, some people were still being told that 8/14 was the release date even after Target put this up on their social media. So a whole mess. You know, I think most people that waited until Saturday, you know, the date that Hasbro said to go out, I think ended up being disappointed and finding that the stores had already been cleaned out of most of the figures, especially the Cobra Trooper that was, you know, an army builder and everything. So not only did you have to deal with the scalpers, but you also had to just deal with people that wanted to buy more than one. Some people I saw were buying like all six. So real mess. I'm guessing they will come back in stock at some point. We do still have the 8/14 release date. We also have the Baroness, which will probably start showing up in the next week or so at physical stores. My guess is they'll show up before 8/14, either before or after 8/14. But we'll just have to see how that all plays out. But nevertheless, you know, very frustrating once again for collectors, having to, you know, basically try and figure out when they should be trying to buy these, or, you know, when they might have a chance of actually finding these on the shelves. And because, you know, the stores only got, you know, each store, as I understand it, got a case. Each figure had its own case, and each case had 6 figures. But you know, especially with that Cobra Trooper, that just really didn't last very long. On the flip side, G.I. Joe wasn't the only one that has some difficulties. So for you Masters of the Universe fans, it was announced not too long ago by Mattel on their social media that the official on sale date was going to be August 1st at Walmart stores. Of course, Walmart stores had been selling, at least in limited numbers, had been selling these figures on their websites periodically for weeks now. So the August 1st release date really didn't have much bearing, and of course, many stores, you know, come August 1st, certainly didn't have any new stock or anything. I checked 2 Walmarts Saturday morning, and neither one had anything. Even though BrickSeek said that they did, indicated that each store that I checked was supposed to have 3 Skeletors and 3 He-Man. They didn't have anything else indicating anything else, the Sky Sled or anything. But they did. We're supposed to have, according to BrickSeek, and even Walmart's own website, they were supposed to have the He-Man and Skeletor figures. But when I got there, they were nowhere to be found on shelves. I asked an employee to check in the back. They said they did and didn't find anything. And so I walked away empty-handed. I did see Skeletor become available online later that night, briefly, but I passed on it because it was the only figure, and Walmart wanted to charge me like $6 for shipping for a $15 figure, and it just wasn't worth it. So if I see them in stores at some point, I'll try and pick them up, but I'm not gonna hit the store on a daily basis trying to find those things. So, and you know, again, just another frustrating instance where trying to find any of this stuff at these big box retailers is just becoming more and more of a challenge. Okay, so that's my weekly rant on the big 2 big box retailers. Let's move on to some news. So on the NECA front, they announced a new Gremlins 2-pack. So they're calling Christmas in July, and this is based on some old promotional material that was put out for Gremlins back in the 80s. So, you know, and again, definitely has that Christmas theme and everything. So that's going to be coming from NECA Toys. We also, for you SH Figuarts fans, we got official images and details for 2 more of those final battle figures. These are essentially, where they're taking the Avengers Endgame figures that they had already previously released, and they're re-releasing them with added accessories and everything. So with these new images, it's the Thanos figure and the Warrior Thor figure. So Warrior Thor, I talked about both of these before. We had seen these at the TNINews event a few weeks ago. But with the Warrior Thor, it looks like he is going to have 2 head sculpts, and one has the lightning effects in the eyes to go along with all the additional lightning effects that are going to be coming with the figure. You also get the little display stand so that you can make it look like he's shooting his lightning from his hammers, so that's pretty cool. You get both hammers with the figure like you did previously. You get a soft goods cape with the wire in it so that you can pose it, which is nice. And then with Thanos is going to come with that pipe piece, that little diorama piece, so you can have him sit down waiting for the Avengers like you saw in the movie. He's got the removable helmet, he's got 2 head sculpts, he's got his bladed weapon. But I think the big difference here is really that big, large pipe piece. I don't know if the actual articulation is any different on the figure. I don't have the previous one, so I don't know how well that one could sit down or not. But definitely you get the actual little diorama piece with this one. So those are the next 2, what they call Final Battle, or essentially Avengers Endgame SH Figuarts reissues coming from TNINews. And those are available for pre-order now at places like our sponsor, Big Bad Toy Store. Going back to Masters of the Universe, so it's been announced that even though the actual PowerCon, the official Masters of the Universe convention, was essentially canceled for this year due to COVID, they are doing an online event, and it is going to be this coming weekend starting Saturday, August 8th. And it is said that there's going to be some reveals, some new product reveals by Mattel at the event. So we'll have coverage of it as it becomes available starting on Saturday. But, if you're into Masters of the Universe and the new Origins line from Mattel, you probably want to tune in this weekend for that. Okay, and then final thing I have for you guys is 2 bits of news on the Marvel Legend front. So first of all, the first bit of news I have for you is still more a rumor that looks like is pretty much confirmed. And that is that the Army Builder, the next Army Builder figure that Hasbro is going to be doing on their Hasbro Pulse website. This is where they take an Army Builder and they put it in just kind of the cardboard box with some artwork on it, and they only charge $15 for the figure. These are sold exclusively on the Hasbro Pulse website. So there'd been speculation after the Hellfire Club box set was announced, the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive set that was announced. There was speculation that perhaps the next Army Builder would be a Hellfire Goon. You may recall early in the year, Hasbro made indications that they were going to actually, most of the Army Builders they've done up until this point, in fact all of them that they've done up until this point, are figures that they had previously released. So, but they had said earlier this year that they were going to actually do one of these Army Builders that was going to be a new figure. So not just a reissue of a previous Army Builder that they had already done. And so after we saw the Hellfire Club box set was coming, a lot of people speculated it was going to be the Hellfire Club Goon. Well, the guys at Yakface dug up a computer listing that indicate that is in fact the case. So again, this is not 100% confirmed at this time, but it definitely is looking very much like that they are going to be doing the Hellfire Club Goon for one of their Army Builders on Hasbro Pulse. So overall, I think that's a good thing. It's cheaper, and as far as I can tell, Hasbro has made these pretty readily available. So hopefully you're not going to have to worry about selling out, and you can buy as many as you want. And just real quick, as I was filming this, I just got word that Marvel Legends Punisher and bike that we first saw at Toy Fair back in February, and then we saw official images actually come out for the set a month or so ago, but it is now available for pre-order. You can get it at places like our sponsor, Big Bad Toy Store. This has the Punisher with the sleeveless shirt, and you get the 2 different head sculpts. He comes with a baseball bat, a machete, 3 realistic guns, and then he has that helmet that seems to be based on the Marvel Comics Limited series, the Punisher Kill Crew. So that's pretty cool as well. And again, that is available for pre-order and should be out by September. And finally, for today's first Monday of the month, fan channel exclusive reveal. We finally got an official confirmation on that Marvel Legends 2-pack with the Legacy Rogue and Pyro figure. So I've talked about this before, but it is now officially confirmed, and we have the new official images. This set is due out later this year, and it is up for pre-order at places like our sponsor Big Bad Toy Store and available at most online e-tailers. It's going to cost you $50. And you can see it does have that Legacy Rogue, and it's got the 2 head sculpts. Hasbro had previously shown us the 2 different head sculpts in one of their streaming videos this year, so we knew that. She's also got the extra pair of hands. And then the Pyro figure, which is the figure we're seeing for the first time, he has 2 head sculpts as well, and then he comes with some fireball effects, which I gotta be honest is a little disappointing. I would have actually rather, instead of getting an extra head sculpt, I would have rather gotten some like fire constructs that you could attach to his hands. You know, he really, I mean, he has shot fireball, so I mean, I'm not gonna say that's not part of his ability, but he actually has the ability to shape fire into any form he wants, and that's generally what he does than just generic fireball. So I think it would have been cool, instead of the extra head sculpt, we'd gotten maybe some fire constructs, some new accessories to go along with the figure. The fireballs we've seen before with characters like the Human Torch. Now, the figures overall both look really good, and, if you want the modern Rogue, or honestly, I think probably the more popular figure here is going to be the Pyro figure. You'll have to get both of them, but it's definitely cool to see Hasbro doing this. Hopefully, at some point, we will get an updated Blob figure and Avalanche to go, with Pyro there, but definitely glad to see that we're getting the new Pyro. I missed out on the original one that they did. Now, as I said, this is up for pre-order now, and I don't have an exact release date on it, but should be out by end of year. Okay, so that's it for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything I talked about. Again, don't forget about the contest to win $100 store credit right here on YouTube, starting with this video. As always, stay safe out there, guys, and I will catch you guys later.
Hey, thanks for watching today's video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification to alert it every time I upload a new video. And be sure to head over to the Toy News International and Marvelous News message boards communities. It's a great place to talk toys and win cool contests like $100 store credits to Big Bad Toy Store. And remember, action figures are great.